Oh,
2 minutes.
hey, we're live. And so I have a good friend of mine on today that she's actually been a guest on the show before. And I'm doing a special recording today because she has this amazing book. Let me just bring her in. Lisa Caprelli, welcome.
Hi. Hi. Thanks,
It's,
Ken. Thanks
it's
for having me again.
It's awesome to have you on. I want to show everybody. Hang on, I'm going to move full screen on you because I want everybody to see that amazing Christmas tree
Yes.
and the ginormous unicorn sitting next to you.
Yes.
So awesome. So so Lisa, you came up with this idea. We're not going to make this about your life story. You already told that one.
Yes.
But you came up with this idea to write a children's book. And it's called Unicorn Jazz. We have it. We have the book. My daughter has read it. She loves it. So let me get here. Pull that back up. Show everybody what it is. So let's talk about Unicorn Jazz. And our friend Carrie Kasem posted the other day about it, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta have her on. So back on to talk about, because it was when you were on the show, had you released it yet, the book?
No. No, I was writing. I have several books, and I am most proud of the children's books I'm doing, specifically Unicorn Jazz and the Unicorn Jazz brand, a series of books. And I have to say, it took a lot of people coming together to support my vision and dream for what it was to come. Like I knew in the beginning it was going to be more than a book.
Right.
I'm like you that has all these 10,000 thought bubbles and how you need to get there,
Right.
and I relied on a lot of people to help me. And when I told them to want to take a look at the story, what do you think? Immediately I knew, what would a children's book be without a song? Being a mom myself, you being a dad, and oftentimes we sing to our children when they're little. We may not have the greatest voices, as I do not. So I enlisted Carrie Kasem. She's a phenomenal singer. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. They do now. And so, of course, she's like, yes, absolutely. I want to do this. She goes, I know this is going to be big one day, and I want to do this. And so we were able to enlist the talent of many people. Vancha Anderson, also a friend out of Florida. She's a singer songwriter. She helped me go beyond the book's lyrics in Unicorn Jazz that I wrote to make the song. And I have to say that, whenever you're building a company, a team, as I go into the schools and elementary schools, and when I do author visits, I tell them like this, as much as I'd like to take credit for this, I have had so many people help me, including you, and people that just see the passion in sharing the joy and love of what children's books and children's messages could do. So Thansha Anderson helped with the lyrics. My fiance, Dr. Chris Herzig, he's a doctor. That's his day job, and in between, he's helps me build the brand and how we want it. For example, when we were doing the song and Thansha first wrote, a tune for it, we were like, let's look at some other things. When we decided to take the book into Audible version and get a voice actress, get it narrated,
Yeah.
we went through, he helped me go through 70 people to find the one. So it's just been so much
Wow.
fun.
Really? 70?
We went through well, he did, thanks to, I'm so busy working on writing the brand. I have to thank, of course, my illustrator, who is my cousin out of my hometown of El Paso, Texas, for doing all the beautiful art that we create throughout the stories. And again, my goal is to write hundreds of stories, or as many as I could do in my lifetime.
Wow.
And so he does the hand-drawn art, kind of like the days with Dr. Seuss, which was important to us.
Yeah.
For children to recognize that they could do that too. Turn them into coloring pages with his hand-drawn art. He's phenomenal. This one is Being Happy. This is another book in the series, and we have 2 more coming out in the next few months.
Oh my gosh.
And so again, we wanted the drawings to be like the hand-drawn art where children can identify with. And the school librarians often say to me, send me messages that the Unicorn Jazz books are the most checked out books in their library. Even boys love it because the messages are promoting, that you could being unique is good, and promoting diversity, and promoting the power of believing in others, and so much fun stuff. And I want to point out for people watching who may not know, that Unicorn Jazz has a musical tale for a note,
Ah,
because
oh,
her talent is she sings. So we have this copyrighted. So kind of like, there's Hello Kitty, there's Mickey Mouse, and this is Unicorn Jazz. And so we're working to promote the brand, so that one day it will be a global iconic figure with her cast of animal friends. We're working hard to turn it into an animated series. So, that's just the future of what's to come.
I am like, like you've been in my car.
Yes.
Like I'm so blown away by, like, what did we meet, maybe 3 years ago?
Yes, in Las
And
Vegas.
like this didn't even, I don't even think you had this idea yet.
No, I have to tell you. So the behind the scenes stories that many people don't know about, and I share this when I go to schools, is that I was working on a book called Skip a Step, which is out now. It
Yeah.
took me 2.5 years, where I interviewed 13 different entrepreneurs and leaders. And my chapter is the last chapter in the book that talks about my purpose and what I want to be known for, and how I feel it's important for all of us to give back. And so after interviewing these different people from different walks of life, and on how they, spearheaded their dream and fulfill their purpose. And I have to tell you, Ken, not one of them said the purpose of life was to make a lot of money. So the skip a step questions I asked were the answers I wanted from them, or like if I was interviewing you, was give me answers on your lessons on what is the meaning of life, what is your purpose, what do you want to be known for, when you leave this earth, as we all do,
Yeah.
as time is promised to no one. And so I was like on this happiness search of what is really happiness, and are these people really happy? What did they go through? What would they tell their 8 years old self? What would they tell their 21-year-old self? And the common answers I got, my takeaway was Michael Gerber, who's in chapter 1, who's a best-selling author. He
Yeah.
said, when I asked him what is the meaning of life, and he said, why, it's to create, to have a vision. Different people said, build a team. Of course, to believe in yourself, believe in your purpose. And as we get older, we all are afforded different skill sets. We may have come in contact with many different people by now that can help us. And so I leveraged all this. I always dreamed of being a full-time author writer. I mean, my only voice was on paper growing up because I was super shy. So when I
Right.
go up in front of audiences, I'm flabbergasted that I'm there. Most of the time, I'm not nervous, and if I am nervous, I laugh like I'm doing now. And just being authentic with who I am. And so I wrote the first book, Unicorn Jazz. It was like a no-brainer. I did research and saw the popularity of unicorns, as everyone points out to me. And I said, not one person has done a brand around a unicorn. Like, there's all kinds of unicorns, just like there's all kinds of cats, but Hello Kitty is still a trademarked brand, and still well loved, as well as other popular characters. And my background in studying human behavior, and my background in social psychology lend to putting messages in the stories that would be fun for children. And I pretty much kind of writing stories that if I could give back to my younger self, or to my children, books and stories that you can't find, although there's all kinds of picture books and all kinds of stories. But as a parent, when your child's young, you want to expose them to as many different ideas and positive traits as possible.
Wow. So, one of the things that because I do, I coach a lot of people, and one of the things, when somebody's feeling down, when I have those moments where I start feeling like things aren't going the way I want them to go, or something goes sideways, you know what I'm talking about, right? Those
Oh yeah,
moments in life.
yeah.
One of the first things I always do is I sit back and I go, okay, I need to get into create mode.
Do you
Like,
do that? See?
oh yeah. Well, it takes me a while sometimes
Yeah.
to remember. like, because I think that's what I love about you and this whole story is I think that, I mean, what do we call everybody in every religion across the planet calls God the creator, right? In some
Yeah.
way or another.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we're creating, we're like getting into that God mode, I call it, kind of, right?
I like that.
And
Yeah.
so you, like, you're one of the most creative people that I know. Like, you have some artwork I've tried to con you out of, but like some paintings that, like, I forget what the one was. I was like, that is
I
awesome.
know. Every time I see that, I'm like, Ken Walls wants that. I'll leave that in my will if I go first. How about that?
Yeah, right. Right. So, but like this whole thing and the story and the, you know, where it all originated and the story, tell a little about the story, where it
Yeah. So,
where it kind
you,
of originated. Yeah.
okay. So the first book is really setting the stage for who Unicorn Jazz is. And Unicorn Jazz is a shy unicorn and moves to a new land in search of new animal friends. And
Uh-huh.
she feels like she doesn't belong. She meets the horses. The horses say, well, you're odd with this big horn. Horses don't have horns. And she meets the geckos, and the geckos say, well, you can't play hide and seek. And so she feels like an outcast. And I think many times in life, we all do, in all stages of life, including,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's why the book's so well received, and including myself. I was the shy little girl. I didn't put all my personality into Unicorn Jazz. I just kind of drew from different characteristics of kids I've known. Jazz, it sticks. When people hear Unicorn Jazz, the name sticks. They just don't forget it. And then going back to the story. So she then meets, this is what I love. So she meets her mentor. Of course, in the book, children don't know the word mentor, but
Right.
and so she meets Wolf the Crow, and he says, my name is Wolf. How would
Yeah.
you like to have a name that a dog should have? And I thought it was important to again bring he's a male character. So
Yeah.
showing that, that's why I wanted boys to love the messages as well.
Yeah.
And so when I'm done reading the story, sometimes I say, who is your Wolf the Crow? Who believed in you? I had so many people believe in me, as much as I was maybe down on myself different times in my life, or feeling like I didn't belong, or being
Right.
that shy thing. My teachers were the ones that would believe in me when I was younger. My grandmother certainly believed in me to the highest degree. And as I got older, working in the workforce, I had a girlfriend named Cindy Kirkland. I always talk about her, and I talk about her in my books. So instrumental to me. She took me under her wings when I was in my young 20s. I was a court reporter working at a court reporting firm at the time. Still quiet and shy, but I did have a lot of gifts as far as being able to read, write, and type fast, being able to see things from a marketing perspective. So she rose me to director of marketing, and she just started teaching me everything she could about what it takes to run a business with her experience. And she would, after hours, I was asking her, what else should I know? What else? And I was always trying to learn everyone's jobs, and just wanting to know how to advance myself. Again, I grew
Right.
up in El Paso, Texas, a border town, and I love my family and I love my roots. And she used to just say, like, go beyond, get out of this town, learn more, there's so much out there. And I must have heard her say so many times how much she believed in me. So that's Wolf the Crow. And there's many people that believe in you, believe in each other, and
Yeah.
people need that. People need people.
Yes. Amen. I love it. So you're and this thing's like, it really is taking off. Why don't we do this? I'm going to share my screen because I want people to see. Here we go. I want you to tell me what, like, check this out though, Lisa. This is crazy. I'm going to put it full screen here for a minute. When I mouse over this very first video, I see my daughter's picture pop up. What?
Yeah,
Look at that.
there she is.
That's Abigail. Look at that.
Yeah.
So is that the song, or
No, the song is right under official Unicorn Jazz. If you can play
what
that.
is
So here's,
what is this? What is this video?
That's a montage of people who like Unicorn Jazz in the beginning, but the one with Wolf the Crow and Unicorn Jazz, the second one, that Under Where
Yeah.
Your Mouth Is. So
Should
that's
we play it for
yeah,
everybody?
yeah, let's play it. And there's lyrics to it. It's very catchy. You cannot get it out of your head, and it was intentionally done that way.
Let's I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Hopefully the sound comes through. Actually, let me try.
Yeah, and while you're
Let me
doing that, while you're testing that,
I'm going to
oftentimes schools get it. I have music sheets. I have a library of free resources for schools and teachers that go beyond the book. Puppet kits, my amazing assistant Asia has helped me. I mean, I have had so many people help me. I take the help, and I do
yeah.
enjoy giving back. But so the music teachers will have the students memorize the song, and when I come, they'll already have known all the song. Can you
That's
get
so
it?
awesome.
Can you get
So,
it?
excuse me. Let's go ahead and I'm going to play the song so everybody can hear. Our amazing friend Carrie Kasem she's the
The
vocalist to
voice.
this, right?
And by the way, the song is on Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, all the music platforms. So if you have like Google Home or Siri at home, you can say, hey Google, play the Unicorn Jazz Friendship song. You could play it in your car. So go
That's
ahead.
that's awesome. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to play this one here, right? Yep.
Yes,
Okay, here we go.
it's playing.
Be happy with your light, you are gold, you shine so bright, a golden ray. You're my sunshine, let nothing give you fright. You are strong, your heart is kind, and every day you're my heart's delight. Unicorn Jazz, Unicorn Jazz, I'm so glad you're my friend. Unicorn Jazz, Unicorn Jazz, our fun will never end. So let's go, yeah. Let's go, yeah. If you're a bird, fly high in the sky. If you're a fish, swim deep in the sea. If you're friends with Unicorn Jazz, dance and sing with me. Be happy with your light, you are gold, you shine so bright, a golden ray. You're my sunshine, let nothing give you fright. You are strong, your heart is kind, and every day you're my heart's delight. Unicorn Jazz, Unicorn Jazz, I'm so glad you're my friend. Unicorn Jazz, Unicorn Jazz, our fun will never end. So let's go, yeah. Let's go, yeah. Let's go, yeah. Let's go.
Yay.
That's so awesome.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Carrie Kasem. That's awesome.
And
That
all
is
the
so
team
awesome.
came together. No, and I never really get tired of hearing that song.
Oh, that's so awesome. So let me remove. Okay. So how did that happen? I mean, I know you and Carrie are really, really close. But what made did you already say this? Did I miss something? What made you decide to ask Carrie to sing that?
Well, Carrie and I are very good friends, and we've done a lot of things together. I've helped her with her brand and helped her with the Case and Cares Foundation, which I'm still a part of to this day. So we talk all the time. We talk about business, we talk about our dreams and stuff. And Carrie has been an instrumental friend in the fact that she's been like my Wolf the Crow, similar to my friend Cindy I talked about. And
Yeah.
when I would want to create things, she would be like, "You can do it." And
Yeah.
remember that, you created this. And all these things that when you compliment people, your teachers, whether you're a friend, I know you being a life coach, Ken, and helping people, the messages you give people words are powerful. And so a lot of people believed in me, and it was enough for me to believe in myself. I was just telling Carrie about the book, and then I would say, like, in the beginning, I knew I had to have the song before the book was out. Again, I'm glad that I've been a mother, and I know when my son Trey, for example, was little, I used to read books, and I would sometimes make up songs from the books that, if they didn't have a song to it. And I mean, music is a big part of all our lives. It's part of the arts, you know, it's part of appreciating words that go into music and sound. I'm not a singer. I wish I was. Otherwise, I would have sang this song. I'll tell you, I went to an author visit once in my hometown of El Paso, Texas, where a couple of my sisters lived, and they were there supporting me from the beginning. I mean, all my family and so many friends, countless, so many. I can't, you know, I honor them in my books or on my website for helping. And so my sisters went to the author visit, and I sang the song, and one sister at me, she goes, "Never sing the song again." She's like, "That was not good." But I'll tell you what, no, and that's okay. But in the story, Wolf the Crow has a raspy voice, and he's not good. And he talks about he's singing it, and he says, and Jazz, Unicorn Jazz, laughs at him, and she's like, "That did not sound very good, but you still had fun doing it, right?" And I still have fun singing, and I still will sing, you know.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. So that's where it kind of like, ask Carrie to step in.
Well, you know, we all need to. You need to rely on talented people. My gift is writing. My gift is writing till the day I die. Speaking does not come naturally like it does to someone like Carrie and probably you. This was all things I had to learn, but my background in branding, my background in representing people, getting them, you know, publicity and marketing, that led to me being able to do the same steps they had to do. And again, rely on talent. You know, if you need a website, get a professional. Don't try to do it yourself. You know, if you need a good cover designer, if you need a good illustrator, I could have done the art because I am an artist, but I could never have done art like Davey did. So you know, and it's so much fun to grow with the team because I get to always honor them. I get to bounce off ideas off them. Look at that. Being happy is you know, riding on pogo sticks, which I thought was fun. Jumping with friends is what it says. Oh, this one I love. So this one here is Unicorn Jazz looking at herself in the mirror. And so, but being happy is trying on mom's favorite dress. Again, I grew up with 3 sisters, 4 of us. And growing up, we didn't have a lot. We were very poor, to say the least, but we still were happy. We found happiness in many things that, like this book promotes camping. We loved camping. Many people do. So children, we encourage them to, you know, what is happiness? Nowhere in this book does it say, again, making a lot of money, having all these material things. I have 10 questions in the bags for educators or parents to go through. And when I go to schools, I promote, you know, finding happiness and gratefulness in simple things. This made the last, Catching Snowflakes. This is a popular one as well.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And so from this, I've been able to turn them into T-shirts. We have mugs on the website. Our goal you know, you being a businessman yourself, our goal is really, again, about branding, and it's Unicorn Jazz is trademarked. Having merchandise. We're going to the licensing convention in May. It's one of the largest in the world. And, you know, we're hoping to team up and partner up with other people because as I've learned, again, this is the first kids brand really I've ever done. I wish I did this 10 years ago, but we're here now. But in licensing is a lot of opportunity that I really didn't know about. So when people say you should have a Unicorn Jazz backpack, you should have a Unicorn Jazz this and that, rather than try to come up with all that capital, there's a company that will just come to me and team up to license the things we're doing. And I didn't know that was going to happen, by the way.
Yeah. Wow. So you've created one heck of a brand. Let me show, because people need to know, first off, I can't believe how inexpensive this is. You told me about this bundle package on Amazon, and I looked it up, and here I'm going to share it.
Yeah, thank you. We put it up.
This is insane. Like, you get all of this.
Yes, we did it for the holidays. The plush making was also a lot of work in itself. I think it was more work to make the plush than it was to write the book, but we did it again. My fiance, Dr. Grizz, helped. He's scientific, more brain-like than I am. And so the details in working with the manufacturer was really a lot of work. We just did this big one of a kind, only one in the world. We took it to the Chicago Toy and Game Fair just a few days ago, and it was so well received. He's there. So Chris stands 6'7", carrying the unicorn plush, this big one.
Gosh.
So everywhere, it was a showstopper. But you know what's even more fun is that I love Unicorn Jazz getting attention. Eyes on her, not eyes on me.
Yeah.
So so we would take it down the streets of Chicago, and people just going about their daily lives would just see that and smile. And so Asia was with us. There's Chris, and I just love that this makes people happy. And guys, girls, men, women, people would say unicornio in Spanish, or they wanted to come touch it. The kids just wanted to love on it. And as they would come up and we would let them touch it and play with it, I would talk about who she is, her musical note for a tale, and then tell, whoever was with the children, that I was the creator, and this has been done thanks to a team and the children's books and the messages. And we would take it to lunch, and people would come up and want to buy it right there and then. And of course, we're like, yes, you can buy it. Thank you.
I think it's incredible what you've done. I mean, looking at, like, here, let me go full screen. So let's talk about what comes in this this package. So they get the book, obviously.
Yes, it's a hardcover, and it's signed. All these are signed, so your child or whoever receives it. There's 2 greeting cards you can see there. They're blank inside. I always promote writing and sending people, handwritten note cards, because thanks to texting today and email, we don't do that as much.
There's a little unicorn to put on their head.
Yeah, headband, a sticker.
So cool. I posted the link, by the way. It's a pinned comment in our stream. I posted the link there so people can, and they get the little plush. To all of this comes for $40.
Yeah, and click on some of the other links on your left side, just so you can see some photo shoots. I had one of my friends, Lizette. She helped me. Again, her daughter. This is her daughter, Sophia. And she's one of our Unicorn Jazz ambassadors now. And so she loves it. We've gone to her school, and how fun that was doing the unicorn.
You found a real unicorn? Oh my God.
We found a real unicorn. Don't tell anyone, it's a secret. click on underneath that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun, having a kind of like right out of a fairy tale. And so it was so much fun doing that. Of course, there was some magic there on the green screen and things like that. But I'll tell you what, as Sophia and I were doing that shoot, and I'm putting on this like wedding gown that I just happened to have in my closet, long story. And it was hot with these big dresses. And again, little girls, we think like, this is going to be fun to be like dressed up. And I'm actually looking at her in that other picture, and we're laughing because I said, people think this is a lot of fun, and these dresses are really hot. I don't know. I think I think the fantasy in our head of what coming out of a fairy tale is different than reality.
But that is so awesome. That is so incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
Ken, I often say, who knew when I grew up I got to be 7 again? And that's,
right?
that's the reality that it hits me, that I love to be around children. I love looking in their eyes when I get to ask them, what do you like? Do you like to paint? Do you like art? Do you like to read? Do you like to write? Do you like to dance? Do you like to sing? They're all right. And I tell them, you can do anything you want when you set your mind to it. And again, to harness the power of being friends and staying friends and giving. The reason I wrote Skip a Step was to give back to the younger generation, so that to empower them. And I often tell people, that I do get to help, that I'm helping you because you give it forward, pay it forward, give back to other people yourself with your God-given talent, with your skills, because we all have different skill sets. We all have different talents. And it's really, I get to create, and I love writing. I thankfully can write really fast. I do almost all my blogs. I do a lot of my social media. I do have help. I literally just jump out of bed every morning. I think I'm exhausted at night. I sleep 6 hours, and I go back at it the next day.
I get it. That's so awesome. I love it. You are changing the world.
You know, lots of us can, and with the help of a lot of people. I really feel
Yeah.
so happy. My grandmother passed away a few weeks ago. My whole family
Mm,
got together. We did a reunion in El Paso. An amazing woman. I mean, you know, there's amazing people in our lives, and whether it's your grandfather, grandmother, parent, friend.
yeah.
My grandmother was someone that touched many lives. She touched mine, and it was you know, I was there. It was very important for me to speak and write a poem about her eulogy that just came to me, and you know, things like that come to me. I actually wrote another my fourth book during that El Paso trip. I have
Wow.
with the Unicorn Jazz, but so my grandmother you know, she had barely a third, fourth grade education, and her mom died when she was young, so she had to raise her family, and family was very important to her. She never
Yeah.
asked for anything. She never complained. She was a giver. And she was someone who loved big, and so that was very nice. And you know, it makes you think, you know, we all are going to die. I actually talk about dying all the time. Some of my friends kind of, you know, we do a cheers and I'll say something like yes to doing things before we die, and they're like, why do you have to add that in there?
Right.
But to me, you know, it's we all are going to die, you know.
I talk about it all the time too.
Do
I
you?
we are. Nobody gets out of here alive.
I
And
know.
I think the human ego just doesn't get it.
Right.
Right?
No,
We
and
don't get it.
I pray I could live a long time and create more and with a team and inspire as millions of people as we can. That's what I
Yeah.
pray for. And so for me, my life is to again write and create as much as possible. And now with the Unicorn Jazz series and the friends that we have coming out, like a Flamingo Asia we have coming out. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's going to be in the fourth book. We have narwhals, again, all these popular characters that people are asking for to create in the stories. And okay, so this is a sneak peek. My
Oh, here,
illustrator, I hope
hang on.
okay. I hope
Hang
he's okay that I'm sharing this. So look at so this is the next book coming out called
I can't see.
I
Hold
know.
it up
There we go.
closer.
There we go.
If you
Ah,
get closer to your camera, does that help?
yes.
There you go.
Okay, so there's
There.
the flamingo, beautiful flamingo working on. There's What's the Crow. The next book is called I See You, and it's about wearing glasses. And so there's What's the Crow.
Your audio just changed significantly.
Oh, okay.
There.
There? Okay.
Yeah, that was weird. That's
So
awesome.
so there's What's the Crow saying, you get a pair of glasses. And I just laugh with his creativity where I'll write a story and then he brings the art to life. And really, the picture books would not be anything without the art. They come together. Do you see what I mean? How teamwork is powerful.
Yep. That's so awesome. Wow. See, again, you're changing the world. And I know that you have a team. I get that. But like if you wouldn't have come up with this whole idea and dove off, I mean, you got to jump into the water, right? Like so many people are standing on the edge of the pool of life, just looking at it going, maybe, you know, you just dive in. I love that.
No, I gave myself a goal. I wrote the first book in about a week, got it tested, people who had kids. My sister's a teacher. And I told Davey, I want this done in 2 months. And that was a year ago. We published Unicorn Jazz December 18th, 1 year ago, this first book. And, you know,
And just look, I got to say this real fast because I want you to sell the crap out of this. And the reason I want you to is you deserve it and the world deserves it. So look, I posted the link in here. Go over and get this now. It's a perfect Christmas gift. I mean, absolutely perfect Christmas gift for $39.99. That's insane.
Yes, it is. And thank you. And again, we've just received nothing but positive feedback from children, the parents, the school librarians. I did some author visits just a few days ago in Chicago. I took Asia, who's, you know, part of my communications team. And first of all, I've never done that in my whole life. That was me. I got to be in front of children. I have photos you can see on my social media, Instagram or Facebook, and all of them and all the presentations are raising their hand at the end. And I felt bad that I couldn't answer all their questions. And I felt like that was the first time that was me. That's who I was meant to be. You could go to Instagram, Unicorn Jazz brand. And I just said I could do this every day. And I just, again, it's like I felt, we often hear, Ken, do what you love and you'll always, enjoy life, live a purposeful life. And this is the purpose that I've found. This is what I want to be known for. And when I die and, generations to come, I'm very appreciative that I was able to do this. I never know. When I was a little girl, if you would have thought this would have been me, never would I have thought I could have done any of this.
That is absolutely incredible. I'm going to share it on the Instagram thing here real quick. I just found it while you were talking. So is that what you were talking about?
No, that's today's post. That's caption this. Go to
which one?
The next one right there to the right.
That's so awesome.
And when I see those photos that, Asia took, I couldn't believe it. I could have done this all day long. I said, the messages were well received. The teachers, the librarians say the children need more messages like this. Again, the messages were about teamwork. And the messages were like, Susie there or Brian there or Tom there. When you grow up, that person might be a principal. Guess what? One of my friends, Lorraine from El Paso High School, when I needed to go to El Paso, which, go back to who knows you.
Yeah.
The schools let me just do the full assembly and very welcomed. And Lorraine Martinez out of El Paso, she's a principal of an elementary school.
Wow.
Other friends, connected me with their schools to go out because, you got to test the messages. Are they well received? And they were. I mean, I don't want to say I was surprised, but, many people write a book and they think it's the greatest thing ever. And there's a lot of great books, but the messages were well received over and over. And that's when I said, I can do this. I can write many stories. I can be part of many cartoons. Another fun thing is Unicorn Jazz, the first book, is being turned into a classroom play. It'll be out in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's a new announcement, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a new announcement.
That's so awesome.
Thank you, Ken. It is. It's so, it's hard when I meet someone and they tell me what's Unicorn Jazz. It's many things.
That you know what? That is so hold it. Newsflash. Who's this Chris Herzig guy on here?
That's my fiance. He's doing some love and support.
I know. I'm just playing. He's awesome.
He knew.
Newsflash. Let's see what he says. I just got word from UPS. New plush toy delivery just arrived just in time for the holidays. That's so, and it's on like, and
Amazon.
that's the other thing. The other thing is this, is I'm the parent of 2 daughters. And one of the things that, is, I don't know if it's difficult, but you want to, around the holidays, it's like, well, what can I get my kid for Christmas that is different, that's unique, that's cool, that's uplifting, that's going to maybe even impact their life in a very, very positive way. And this, I think, is a really, really, really good, it's a great gift. It really is.
Yeah, we love it.
Hold that up. Hold that up. I want
yeah. So, okay. So again, it looks just like Unicorn Jazz. It took a lot of stages to get here. Maybe I'm doing it this way. So see the musical tail for the note.
Yeah.
So her legs are kind of like Rudolph, like they're like little cute legs, and it's important to be bendable. My son Trey, he's 14 now. He's a popular YouTube. We got to get him on your show.
Yeah.
He's called Trey Jam. He does these Try Not to Laugh videos. He has over 200 million views by now. Who knows? Like a lot.
Wow.
And so anyways, when he was little, he had this little blue doggy plushie that his grandmother got him. And he to this day, he still loves that like blue dog. And so I thought, I wanted to create something that the boys and girls could grow up with and want to hold. They can go in the washer and again play with. We're going to have all the characters probably by our May licensing convention in May. The bee, we have a flamingo, different characters, because Unicorn Jazz need friends.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love that. That's so awesome. Lisa, you are one of my heroes. I think that what you've created, what you're continuing to create, it's just amazing.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me on your show and sharing the love. And you're a good creator yourself. So you inspire me too. You inspire me. You do all these shows and like a lot of them. and and
You're like, oh
and
my God, Ken's live again. How do I
no, but
turn him off?
but think of like I would love to interview one day. Just what are you learning from all these amazing people? What are you learning from all these doers of the world and people who are doing a lot to live in purpose and to give their gifts to change the lives of others?
The biggest thing I've learned, because I've interviewed some unbelievable people,
I know you have.
unbelievable, and you're one of them. But the biggest thing that the most common thread, I think, is stop standing on the sidelines. Like right now, there are probably people watching this going, gosh, I'd love to get that thing. Go get it. Freaking go get it. Oh, but I only have $70 left. Listen, when you're giving back to the world, the universe responds. God's going to take care of you. Don't worry about it. Go get this thing. I've learned to just stop putting it off. When I interviewed Andy Frisella on my show, that show would not be kid friendly, by the way, just to, but he said he challenged me to do 75 hard. And so I went out and I did 75 hard, which is that, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
And changed my life. And I really thought I was living at a high level until I did that. And the intensity increased dramatically. So, the biggest thing I've learned is stop thinking about creating, stop thinking about doing, and just start doing.
Right. A lot of times people, 84% of people want to write a book and less than 3% actually do. You're one of those 3%, Ken, that have. And so I often say to people when they say, oh, well, I'm going to do it when my children get older, or when, I retire, or when I get more time. And I just say back to them, someday is not on the calendar. And
right.
It's to write. It is really hard to give yourself that time to write and put your thoughts into paper, into a computer per se, and it takes a lot of discipline. But I have that thing in my head, like some days not on the calendar, just do it today. So I tend to just block off time. I tend to like sequester myself when I am writing. Because it's very important to me. You have to do it. You have to learn how to self-discipline yourself, if you want something, like you said, whether it's losing weight or it's, a new job or whatever that thing is, you've got to put in the work. It's just not going to come to you.
I'm telling you, I literally just posted about this morning on Facebook. And that is, I said, if you're waiting until January 1st to start writing your goals, you will never achieve them, no matter what you write. It's not going to matter, because you're in that mindset of putting things off. And if you're in the mindset of, there was a guy, a friend of mine, I'm friends with Zig Ziglar's children.
Yes.
And they're amazing people.
Oh my God, I love all those quotes. All those quotes he wrote, I just love them so much. What's one of your favorite Zig Ziglar? I think yours is, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll never
you can have anything you want.
You can have anything you want.
Yeah. And so, I think that, with this guy I used to know, that used to work with Zig Ziglar, came to my office one time to work with my salespeople and train me and my sales staff. And he pointed out a guy that was working for me, that this guy was a fast talker, man. He was good. He was like, and he'd get you fired up about what he was going to, do. And about 2 days in, this guy named Jerry Bramblett says, hey, Ken, I want to talk to you. And I said, yeah. He goes, that old boy, he's from Dallas, Texas. He says, that old boy over there, whatever his name was. I said, yeah. He goes, you probably need to get rid of him. And I said, why? Why? Have you not heard him? Like, whoa. And he's like, he's I'm a gonna doer guy. And I go, what's that mean? He's like, I'm a gonna do this and I'm a gonna do that. But he's so busy talking about what he's gonna do, he never gets to it. And that's the thing, like you've got to get your foot off the brake and stomp on the gas, because what you said, and I say many times, you're going to die. It's gonna happen. We're all gonna die. Like we are. It's gonna happen.
I know, right?
Start
Right.
living your freaking life.
Right. No, it's so true. But I've always felt that way. I mean, I guess a gift of mine. When I was a teenager, I used to volunteer in convalescent home. My sister Ruth and I,
Yeah.
we were bored in the summer. We would volunteer. We thought everyone did this, by the way. My sons grew up, and I'm thinking they're just going to have this like, oh, we need to go volunteer, and they're like, no, Mom, we don't want to do that. So anyway, so Ruth and I would go. We would take the bus, find 10 cents to take the bus to either the hospital or working with the older people, and they were telling us that. So, maybe those were some of the messages back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're very right about that.
Yeah, you got to live. You got to live your life. And that's why when I saw the post from Carrie the other day, and I'm like, you know what? I know she's been on my show before. So what? I'm getting her back on now. And I called you, I think. You're like,
no, thank you. No, I will talk to anyone. I will go anywhere in the world with Unicorn Jess is. Yeah. We want, the books are in Spanish as well. Wow. I'd love to get them into their languages, because again, positivity, happiness goes around the world. So our vision, and I know this is going to happen. My son is 14. He still has to go through high school, and we're blessed to live a block from the beach. Very grateful for that. But Chris and I, our vision is this will be a global brand, and we want to travel the world. We talk about going in an RV, taking Unicorn Jess everywhere with the messages, going to different countries. Like I visualize that, and a lot of things, as you know, you visualize them, they happen. They're not like, it's not like, oh my God, that could never happen. Like it will happen. The question is just when.
And Chris said Lisa is I did that kind of gal.
I love you, baby. Go back to the Instagram and look at him carrying in Chicago the big plush on his shoulder.
Hold on.
So again, Chris is 6'7", so over 10 feet.
Let me share this. Hold on. Yeah, there it is.
And we, and little girls would come up, and so we're having the time of our lives, because we're around children a lot now, and we love children, and so there's Chris. He's a doctor. He works 40, 60 hours a week, a lot. And he still comes home. He still helps me package these. He still helps, listens to my stories and ideas, and wants to hear every minute of it. And you don't have to call him. You don't have to call him doctor. No, okay, that's funny. So we go to Children's Hospital. We went recently. And they called him Dr. Caprelli. See, because they just assume they see the Caprelli, and so I'm laughing because we will get married next year, and we're gonna keep our names. We just have to, this stage in our life.
Yeah, but you guys and you guys seem like an amazing couple together. Of course, I knew you before you met him.
Yes, you did. No, I went through some hard times. I've been through some hard relationships, painful ones, and you've been there for me. No, Chris, we met later in life, of course. So there's a beauty and joy to doing that as well. And I didn't know I would get this much love and support from him. I didn't, and he's very interested. Even my older son, Matthew, said to me recently on a car drive home, he goes, you just kept talking about the story, and I thought he was going to say, okay, that's enough. And then he's like, tell me more.
Yeah. Wow. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Your wife supports you.
Yes,
your wife supports you. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for the children of this world that get to be a part of this.
Yeah,
said, look what he just said.
Dr. Unicorn Jess. Oh my God. So he takes Unicorn Jess to the hospital, and everybody knows. Really? They even tell him, like, are you sure this is not your business? But again, the positivity. No, so my books are now at a lot of school libraries. More and I have, again, hundreds of dollars of free resources that I give to schools for free. So if you're a parent and you have a child, connect me with your teacher or school librarian, and I just give them activities, curriculum.
My wife's brother is the librarian at his school.
Oh my God! So
But
get connected.
it's a high school. But he probably knows the elementary school, like
Right. Well, they could get my
yeah.
well, high school would like to skip a step material I have in the journals. So
Yeah.
So so I'll
Yeah.
see my books in the library thinking. I was telling my sister Ruth yesterday, who I'm here visiting, I said the Unicorn Jazz books and they're gonna be there forever. Like when I die, they're gonna be there still.
That's so awesome. And she's like, why are you talking about death again?
Well, I mean, I'm just, again, for a girl that growing up, I didn't feel like I had a voice. Like I said, my only voice was on paper.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that I mattered because of my upbringing and just the circumstances we had. And so I feel now like, I want to make a lot of people matter. I want to bring out the best in many people. And I will say there is a positive to being shy and quiet like I was.
Yeah.
You become a doer, because what are you doing? You're watching the world, you're observing. And so thankfully, I'm thankful that I was not an extrovert, because I was able to watch and take into perspective and write a lot.
Extroverts make me nervous.
Really? What would you be? You're like,
I'm definitely an introvert.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. So you've learned how to be bold and brave, like Unicorn Jess.
Yes.
Bold and brave. I should get you a bold and brave t-shirt.
I need it. Yeah. Or one of the little you need those little tattoos. Do you have those?
Not
yet.
What that
is?
No, it's a sticker. That. I will give it to you. No, but I often say, Unicorn Jess is bold and brave.
It on the side of my neck, like a unicorn prison tattoo or something.
Okay, we'll sponsor that.
We'll sponsor that. Hey, Pam Aubrey says that name will make him seriously famous, Dr. Unicorn Jess. It would. Right. He needs to have his name tags all changed, his shirts, everything. That's awesome. That would make him famous.
Okay, go back to the Instagram. Just a few down. Yeah. So there he is at the hospital, and he puts on Unicorn Jazz. Go back. It's just probably a few down. Go back to the main. Yeah. So scroll a little more down, a little more down, a little more down, more down. It's gonna come up, I promise. A little more, 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 a little more. A little more.
I'm going.
Right there. There he is. Okay, so you could slide right, and you could see. So he wears. There was a Halloween shirt that JB drew, and go swipe right. Click right. No, on the same one. I think you could swipe right.
Oh.
You see that? So there he is at nighttime, coming home from a 14-hour day. But no, go left again. There's Unicorn Jazz on the hospital bed.
Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? That is so cool.
So of course he comes home and is like, I told more people about it, and they got it online, and I just jump up and down all the time. It's just fun.
That's so awesome. We got to get a lot more people following the Unicorn Jazz brand for sure.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for people like you.
So everybody, make sure you're following the Unicorn Jazz brand on Facebook and on Instagram. Make sure you're following Lisa Caprelli. Make sure you're following Dr. Unicorn
Jazz.
Is that going to stick? We need to make that stick starting today.
I know.
That happened on my show.
All right. Right.
Anyway, that's so awesome. Lisa, congratulations. I posted the link. I'm going to post it one more time. Let me paste it in here. Go get the, let me pull that up here.
The Unicorn Jazz gift set and the other books. And there's Being Happy. All our products are on Amazon, the t-shirts. The next book's I See You. And then the next one is called The Thing I Do. And it's going to have a rap song in it. And that one, I can't wait. It's so much fun. I can't wait. That one's going to be like Dr. Seuss rhyming-ish kind of.
Who's doing the rap song?
I have not told him yet, but I'm asking my nephew, and I think he'll do it. He loves music and song and creating. See, so one of the things I love is that I get to go to someone who likes to create and say, hey, would you like to do the thing you do, right?
Right.
It'd be like someone coming to you saying, Ken, do you know the most funnest thing you like to do?
Yeah.
And you get to do that. And that's what
so
I
awesome.
so again, I have so many people that like want to be part of this. And I, I stay in touch, like this is what's ahead, sneak preview of the next art. And I'm very grateful that I made this a we thing in making Unicorn Jazz, because it's not about me. If I didn't have Carrie, Fancha, people like you that could, get me on your show to promote it. Again, just so many people. So
Yeah.
even though, like, I work from home, I am self-employed, I don't have an office. Every day my office is the people of the world, and I just want to do this for a long time. I hope I could do this for 40, 50 years until I die.
Show everybody the giant unicorn.
Okay, so this is one of the kind.
That thing is huge.
It's exactly like Unicorn Jess. There's her musical note for her tail.
Oh my God. Wow.
So we're taking her in May to the licensing convention, taking her everywhere. I actually just like to put her in the car. We just got her just in time.
That's so awesome.
And
That's awesome.
I know. Thank you,
So,
Ken.
hold it. Do that again. I want to do a screenshot. Hold on. Just hold it. And now got it. So awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you for all you do. I love following the great work in the world that you do, and you living in purpose. So I know you got to go. What is one last thing? I like to interview back the interviewer. What is one of your favorite things in living in purpose, Ken?
What is one of my favorite things? My favorite thing is watching the lights come on for who I'm working with. Watching the lights come on, like, because I work with so many amazing people that I coach, and they're most of the time stuck at some point, and helping them get unstuck and find their true purpose and start living it, and watching them develop their own brands and their personality. That's my favorite. I live for that. Live for it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for all you do and all the lives you touch.
Thank you. Lisa, you're amazing. I freaking love the heck out of you. You're amazing. I'm so grateful to call you a friend. And
I'm grateful.
Yeah. So everybody go get that off of Amazon right now. Follow Lisa on all of her platforms and support this amazing lady and what she's doing. So Lisa, thank you. And don't hang up yet. Thank you to everybody. If you shared this out, there's going to be probably some extra magic in your life at Christmas. So share it out. And if you didn't, you're being selfish, and shame on you. I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you. Lisa, thanks again. See you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, too.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, Ken. Bye, everyone. Have a great holiday season.
All right. Bye-bye. And